If you're watching this video, you're probably in your 20s and you're trying to figure out how to make over 6 figures a year, which is 100% possible to do. And I'll tell you how I did it and how other people I've seen do it. Personally, I think sales is the best way to make your first 6 figures in your 20s because you pretty much do sales every day. You're doing sales trying to sell yourself, trying to get the girl, trying to get a job. You do sales every single day because you're trying to sell yourself, right? You're trying to sell a product, trying to convince someone to do something. You're consistently selling all the time. Well, if you're in college or you just got out of college, there's over 4,000 universities and colleges, but only about 90 of them actually only teach sales. So there's a handful of different avenues you can go through. I'm gonna go through a list of those in this video. The first place you could look to get into sales and to make your first 6 figures is a thing called medical device sales. What you're doing is you're working with different companies that have different products or services they want to sell to hospitals, doctors, nurses, and so far. Well, it's a great industry to get into because you actually get a blueprint in training once you get in. It's also great because you get a salary plus commission. It depends if you get as a sales manager or a territory manager, it depends where you're at. But normally you need a college degree, but there are some people that have got into this industry with no degree. So your actual salary can start between $60,000 to $110,000. I know people that have broken in at $140,000. There's actually a link I'm gonna put down below of a guy named Jacob McLaughlin that actually teaches people how to break into medical device sales and does it within 8 weeks. Next one is door-to-door sales. Actually is my own personal favorite, hence some of the companies I own, is you could sell solar, roofing, pest control, or pretty much anything door-to-door that a homeowner might need. Normally in this position, you are a 1099. You are a commission-based person. There's not many sales for door-to-door that are salary-based, right? There are some setters that only make X amount per week or anything like that. Well, you can do door-to-door, you can do cold calls. The thing is to get in this industry is to actually get out there and to actually have a really good set appointment, right? So if you start as a setter, there are setters and closers. A setter will go out and talk to people, right? It could be door-to-door, it could be cold calling if you want to do that. Well, in that, you actually use your pitch to set an appointment for a closer. Closer will come in and talk to the consumer, business owner, or whoever it is, and actually close them on that deal, and you get a certain percentage. For solar, you might be looking at a different red line. For roofing, you look at a profit split. For pest control, you look at a flat fee. Depends where you're looking at, but I always like telling people to start in door-to-door because you get so used to being told no. You get told no 100 times before you get a sale, but it's repetitive and it's a numbers game, right? Sales are numbers. The more people you reach out to, the more girls you ask out, the more doors you knock on, the more likely you can actually land a deal. Next one's kind of a newer one out there with the tech sector is SaaS sales, or you can do anything inside there of a SaaS product or a cybersecurity, right? I have a lot of friends that are in the cybersecurity and SaaS sales, and they do very, very well. Again, it's very close to the medical device sales where you do start with a lower salary between 60, 50 to 100,000 plus a small commission. It's almost the same as door-to-door where you do have your setters and your closers. You have to move up in a range. The more you move up in the company, the more likely you're gonna get a higher commission, right? It's a great place to start. Normally when you get your clientele, you're doing cold calls, you're doing LinkedIn outreach, you're doing cold email. All these strategies are fantastic. You can stay inside behind a desk, you can work remote, and usually work at set hours. A lot of times those companies do have great training and also blueprints you can follow. If you are working with a cybersecurity company, you're reaching out to a lot of CTOs. You're giving them free pen testing to see how secure is their infrastructure, right? There's a lot of free things you can do. It's also a little harder to get people because as an owner myself, I get so many DMs on LinkedIn and also email of people trying to reach out to my company. Normally I kind of push it along, but if you're really, really good at following up and getting those 7 to 10 touch points, you actually might be able to set an appointment with that. Again, a lot of those companies do have blueprints you can follow and other people that have done it very successfully to learn from. The last one is what I personally did when I got out of college, was start my own company. I made my first 6 figures doing what I'm doing now, recording videos, but I did it for other companies, right? I was doing it myself when I was 13 years old, making a little bit of money on YouTube, not enough to even afford a candy bar, right? So that's what I first started doing, grabbing the camera, started making videos. But this is the thing, if you're gonna start your own company, it's not gonna be fast, right? You're not gonna make your first 6 figures in a year. I think I made mine, I started in 20 years old. I don't think I hit it until the end of 21 years old. I made my first 6 figures and it kind of stayed there and actually boosted from there, right? So if you're starting your own company, you might not make money for 2-3 years, that's okay. But if you're starting your own company, it's really useful to start with sales, right? You have to sell your own company, sell your own product. If it is e-com product, if it is a service base, if it's B2B, if it's any type of those companies, you're gonna have to sell yourself. For myself, I started a marketing company after I started digital media because I knew if I can learn marketing, I could start so many other adventures. I've been doing this for over 5 years. I still think I made the best decision of starting out with a digital marketing company because I learned how to talk to other business owners. I saw how they were doing their inside operations. I saw what they were doing and learned from their mistakes, right? So if you want to start your own company, just know it's gonna take a while to make your first dollar or make your own first 6 figures. But it's always great to learn from other people that have their own companies. You can start with a door-to-door company. You can start with a software sales. You can start with a new medical device sales and work your way up to learn how to start your own company inside that. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM at Michael Gomber on Instagram or any other platform, or shoot me a comment down below. I'd love to kind of discuss a little more in depth.